Hello everyone, I'm Kristel and Celemin from the Batangas State University, Alangilan campus, taking Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from the section IT 2105. So, this video is all about the summary of the chapter 2. So, in chapter 2, it's it's about a packet tracer. It's more on a packet tracer. So, but before that, I will discuss to you first the user exec mode. So, the mode has limited capabilities, but it is useful for basic operations. So, it allows only a limited number of basic monitoring commands. So, it is often referred to as view-only mode. So, uh, the user exec mode has a limited capability. So, it's like a view only. So, the default device prompt is the for the switch or the greater than sign, and in the router, and the router then the greater sign. So, the next one is after the user exec mode, if we put in a ball, we will go to privilege exec mode. So the privilege exec mode is mode allows access to all commands and features. So unlike the user exec mode, the user exec mode has a limited capability. So while the privilege exec mode has allow access to all commands. So the user can use any monitoring commands and execute configuration and management commands. So during while you are in the privilege exec mode, you can uh, do the several commands. You can configure in that mode. So uh, the default device prompt is the switch uh, hashtag and the router hashtag. So that is the first. So let's now talk about the host name. So in packet tracer, and when we are configuring a router or a switch, we are changing our host name for us to easily identify the router or the switch when we are remotely um, access to them. So the host name uh, should start with a letter, so contain no spaces, and end with a letter or a digit. Use only letter, digits, and dashes. Then be less than 64 characters in length. So inputting the host name, we have several um, rules in putting them. So the next one is the virtual terminal, uh, or the VTY. So lines enable remote access to the device. So line, our code for that is the line VTY 0 to 15. So we use 0 to 15 because the switch has a 16 uh, ports. So in programming, we start counting at 0. So that's why it's 0 to 15. So The next one is encrypt passwords. So to encrypt passwords, the command for that is service password encryption. So if we have a command like that, we can encrypt our password. So next one is the banner messages. So the code for that is the banner MOTD, then hashtag, then the quotation, then any message that you want to write, then close it again with the quotation. Next one is this one. So the startup config. So startup config file is stored in non-volatile random access memory, or the NVRAM. So does not lose its contents when the device is powered up. So in a the startup config is stored in the NVRAM. So the good in NVRAM is when the PC is turned off, the configuration is still safe. Unlike the running config. So in running config, it is stored in the RAM, which is the random access memory. When the running config is stored in the RAM, so when the PC is turned off, so it will erase all the files. So that's why we need to save our running config into the startup config. The simplest or the simple way of copying the running config the to startup config is copies running config startup config. So that's simple. So after we configure the router or the switch using the console cable, we can now put the PCs and the devices. So after we put the PC, we will put the IP address on each PC. Then we will put the subnet mask, and then the default gateway. So the IP address that you use or you put in the router is the one that you will use as the default gateway in your PCs. So that is used to have a connection between your PCs and the router. So there are several devices that needed the IP address. So the IP address is very important because it's like the address of a device. So like for example for us, so we do have a address in our house. So we have an address. So it's like in our cell phones, in network printers, in computers, security cameras, smartphones, mobile handheld devices, such as wireless barcode scanner. So that's all. They need all the IP address, and to easily remote them, it's like you can use IP address as the we can know the devices using the IP address.